In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use a pivot table to analyze data. Pivot tables are a great tool in Microsoft Excel, used to group data, summarize data, and be able to analyze data and produce different kinds of reports. It gives you an insight into data, different sets of data, so you can have a better understanding of the data. So I'll explain that as we go along. So I've got a table of employees here. We've got the employee number, their surname, their first name, the department that they work in the hotel, their annual salary, their date of birth, their job title, and whether they are male or female, their gender. So I just want to use a pivot table to group this data, this information by department, by post for the job that they do, by gender, and be able to exactly analyze where the hotel pays the wages. So to create your pivot table, you click anywhere within that table. Go to Insert, select Pivot Table, which is in the top left-hand corner. This allows you to select where you want to place your pivot table. So it's always good practice to place your pivot table in a new sheet, in a new worksheet. You could also place it on a specific worksheet, which is in a location on your computer. But it's good enough just to put it on a new worksheet. Click OK, and this is what you see. So basically, the pivot table has been placed on a new worksheet. Our original data is still on worksheet 1. If you click on this, you can actually see our original data. It's always good practice to rename your worksheets so that you, by looking at the tabs, you can actually see what's stored. You can have an idea of what's stored on that sheet. So I'm going to rename this workers. So right click on the tab, select rename, and then type in workers. So on sheet 4, that's where I've got my pivot table. So I'm going to rename this pivot table. Oops, pivot table. Okay, so over here on the right hand side, you've got all these. So these represent the columns in my spreadsheet. So if I go back to workers worksheet, you can actually see that you've got employee number, surname, forename, department salary, and so forth, which is exactly this. Down here, we've got 4 boxes. Now, this represents what will be displayed on the x-axis, and this is the actual data that will appear on um, in your table. Okay, so in this case, let's have because I want to summarize departments and job titles and see how much they get paid. So I'm going to put down here department and then the job title or the post that they do. And the data that I want to see about these is actually how much they get paid. So I'm going to drag the salary under values. As you can see over here, I've got a summary now of the departments and the people that work in those departments. For example, the accommodation department, there's a chef who gets paid 13,600. There's also a cleaner. There's a reception department where you've got a doorman, a receptionist, and a security officer. And the total salary for all these people is 48,290. And then you've got the restaurant with the chef, waiter, and waitress, and their total salary is 65,000. And then the grand total for all the departments added together comes to 164,040. You can see there's something missing here. We've got a pound sign missing. If you right click anywhere in this column, we can then select number format and then select currency. Okay, currency simply means money. Okay, and you can see that now I've got the pound sign in every single one of these. Now, I might want to summarize this according to gender so I can see the gender of the staff that work in these departments. So over here, if you select male or female, which is the gender, and place this under columns, you can now actually see that in the accommodation department, we've got a chef who's a female, a cleaner who's also a female, and there's no male that work in this department. You can actually see the composition of the departments based on gender. So you've got a few men working in the restaurant area. So you've got the chef and the waiter. Both of these are male, and the waitress is female, and these are the salary. So it's a nice and easy way of summarizing the data. Now let's have a look at what happens if we put department below the post. At the moment, I'm viewing the summary according to department basically. So let's do that. Let's place this under that by dragging it and dropping it. So I've got the post, and below the post I've got the department. Now if you look at the way this is now arranged, I've got the post, and for each post I then look at what department that person works in. So the chef works in accommodation and restaurant. Okay, so works in two departments. You can see that the cleaner works in accommodation department, doorman works in reception, receptionist works in reception, and so forth. So now this is all organized or arranged according to post. Okay, so I'm going to put this back so post goes below that. So I think this is a better way of presenting this information. Okay, so in summary, this is how a pivot table would look like. So have a go at creating your pivot table and playing around with how you can arrange this data. See you in the next video.